to soul, soul 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 to soul.
Dear viewers, welcome to the program Soul to Soul Talk Show. We were talking about spirituality. Now we will come to know how to apply spirituality in one's own life. A very warm welcome to you, sister. Sister, have you ever been through a situation in which people find that spirituality is diverting them from their religion?
Sometimes people think so, that this is Hindu religion and perhaps they have to change the religion. And when they understand the concept of the spirituality, because ours is more education, we call it, even our centers are called Brahma Kumari's World Spiritual University. And so it is a universal truth, knowledge, which applies to the whole universe, no matter whichever religion that person belongs to. And so it is, in the beginning they might think so, but when they are studying, when they are practicing, they realize that they can maintain their discipline, their system in their religion, whatever they are. It's not a question of changing the religion, but definitely it helps them to change the life which brings happiness, peace, wisdom in their life and good relationships in their life.
Sister, what is the difference between religion and spirituality?
Religion is what other people have experimented, experienced. We read the life story of other people. Scriptures are written, for example, what Jesus did in life, what Mahatma Buddha did in life, what Mahavir did in life, what Rama and Krishna's story, for example, in the Ramayana what Tulsidas has written, or in the Gita what Ved Vyas has written. It is written by other people, the stories of the past. But spirituality is, that is for your own present life, your own experience. Religion you follow by what others have followed. For example, if my parents are Hindus, then I would call myself Hindu. If my parents are Muslim, I will call myself Muslim. When we are born, we are labeled with that religion as we are born. But when we understand the knowledge properly, the meaning of spirituality, religion when it is practiced can be called spirituality. But generally people do not practice. And spirituality is your own experience, experiments and transformation in life through which you give inspiration to others.
What is the importance of spirituality in one's life?
Spirituality brings confidence. Spirituality makes you aware who you are. The basis of spirituality is to know my own self. Religion was to know others, to read the story of other people, praise of others, singing praise, reading books, chanting mantras, right? That the person is very religious, or applying some special kind of systems, or wearing some tilak or some particular dress. But spirituality is not anything external. Spirituality is internal thing, and in that is also, who am I? What am I? What is my purpose of life? Where I have come from? My relationship with the Supreme Being, with the Supreme Soul. And so in spirituality, one becomes the reality of life and honest with the self. When a person is really spiritual, then he becomes honest with others as well, and accepts and appreciates the spirituality of others, encourage others through inspiration. It is not a question of competition in this. For example, to know this I am a soul, then to go deeper in it.
Hmm.
Okay, what is soul? A pure energy,
Hmm.
a peaceful being, a living being. So then they begin to practice this.
Okay,
That is-
okay. So why is it so hard for people to implement it in one's own life?
Because for a long period of time, generation after generation, we are not taught spirituality.
Okay.
We are only given the introduction of the body. For
Okay.
example, the child is born, the first impression is a girl is born, a boy is born, and then the name is given. So then the child begins to recognize himself with his name, and it is injected again and again. You, whatever name is given, you are a girl, you are a boy, and the name. Then your relatives, your religion, your country, your place. A religion might be followed for a short time because of the parents' environment, but they have not practiced the spirituality. And something to practice makes a man perfect, and if we are not practicing, then gradually it is forgotten. And this is why people find it difficult, because they don't see many examples as being a spiritual. Many examples of rituals are there. There are many priests, many professors, many philosophies. But then to implement on the self, it means you become pioneer, you become example. And so it is out of many, only a few have the courage to move forward and practice this. And so those who really take a step, have courage, they are able to explore their own self, because deep within everyone wants to progress, but the method is not.
Okay.
And also people have little bit fear that they might lose their friends, they might lose respect in the society, as they are in the gathering, whereas people are very open in a sense that they eat, drink, and be merry, fittest of survival. That is the so then in this way, the one who is the powerful, that is what it is. Everything might is right, or money will come through only when they are doing what other people are doing. So many people are materialistic. They are after money. They don't research the mind. They are after the achievement of worldly things. They don't look it into internal things. And so if they are not exploring, how can they find? If they don't look for it, how can they recognize? And if they have not recognized the value of a diamond, how can they use it or implement it? They have
Very
not
true.
recognized. Perhaps they don't pursue to recognize the truth, because they want to live a very comfortable life of comfort, which comes easily. Everything will come comfortably. And spirituality means that you have to have courage to face the problems. You have to be honest to transform your life. You have to become one of out of millions. It means you have to have courage to be a special person, not with ego, but with your interest.
Okay. Sister, from past years, spirituality has not been talked about, but now we hear a lot about spirituality. Why is this transformation coming in the society?
Because after materialism, a lot of people have realized money does not bring happiness. People can buy, with money, one can buy a bed, but not comfortable sleep. One can medicine, but not health. One can buy a big house, but not the feeling of home. So money can bring many outer comforts, but not inner satisfaction. And so also religion, they have seen that many people have been practicing religion generation after generation, but the state of the world or state of the human being is deteriorating day by day. Every day what the world of happiness was, which was something were natural, good relationship, respect for parents, parents concern for the children. With small money they could look after themselves better, their needs were less, the demand from on each other were not so much. So it was a very natural way up to whatever they had learnt. in the name of religion or on the basis of spirituality. They were living a comfortable life, and now it has become so clear that without being real self, real peace, real happiness, real love, real relationship with God, real respect for each other cannot be achieved. And so it's a need, it's a call of time.
Sister, do you really think spirituality has the answer for each and every question?
Spirituality is solution to each and every problem only when it is practiced
Okay.
and believed. Spirituality is the reality of life, so problems will still come, but the one has the courage to face it. One has understanding to observe it. It has the relationship. When spirituality means to recognize my own self, to understand my relationship with the Supreme Soul, and also to understand how this law of karma works, how people on this actions of field of action play different part at different time. Just like the laws of nature work automatically, law of the spirituality also work. So it is you do not question why and what, but if something, for example, a seed has become insected, certainly you know that this will not bear the fruit. It is not the season, it will not grow. So you begin to understand more why these things are happening. One does not fight with situations, but has the solution. Instead of working hard, trying to break the stone, the mountain, so one people have the way to make the path like a river flow. It is not that it will climb up the mountain, but certainly it will make its way to go through. So spirituality finds the solution with a very gentle way. Of course, it's there are many difficulties. Spirituality does not mean that here I have become spiritual and no problem will come. In fact, more situations will come in front of me to see myself whether I am practicing. Do I have patience? Do I have respect? Do I have understanding? Do I have tolerance? Because spirituality means the practical application of the values in life, divine virtues in life. So sometimes there are the problems from relationships, sometimes problems are from my own mind, sometimes a problem of karmic account. So then you get the strength to overcome. So spirituality means relationship with my own self, a relationship with the Supreme Being, the Supreme Soul, the benevolent being, and relationship with each other, and also relationship with matter. So then there are the difficulties, body, mind, wealth, these problems will come. But then you don't get disturbed by that. You know, if a situation has come, it has to be solved. If there is a question, there must be answer. If there is a reason, there is a solution. And even on the path of devotion, they say, God help those who help themselves. So spirituality does not mean that it will solve everything, but it will test you. Situations will test you, and you have courage, you have confidence that yes, I am able to handle it with God's blessings, with others' cooperation, and with my own confidence in soul consciousness only. Spiritual means soul conscious. Spirit means I am conscious of my inner powers. The inner powers of the living being is peace. So everything is okay, patience, peace and patience. Spirituality means knowledge that each individual has its own role to play. Knowledge of drama, knowledge of karma, relationship with the Supreme Soul. So if I am child of God, so God is the benevolent being. Any situation that has come, it is a good test for me and I have to pass it. So the challenges are not considered any kind of curse, but challenges are considered as blessings. Because just like in a school, a good student would not be afraid of the exam.
Giving an exam.
Yeah, he giving an exam. He knows that if I pass the exam, I will go to next class. And so spirituality automatically takes all the situations in with a cool mind, clear intellect, courage and confidence, and very important is faith in the self and faith in the Supreme Being and faith in time.
Okay.
So then it is, solution comes easily.
Didi, suppose in a movie we see villain. In every movie there is a villain. The same way in our life, if there are no problems, then life can be monotonous. Do you think so?
So this is what it is. A spiritual person is not afraid of villain, because it is just like a good student is not afraid of the exam. A good officer is not afraid, a worker is not afraid, because if want to progress, it means the situations will come. If I have to climb the mountain, so I don't have to be afraid, oh mountain is so high. It means if I want to climb, so I have to become aware of that. I need to have courage, I need to have confidence. And so it's situations are, as I said, considered blessing. It's not a fear, because when the villain creates situations, the hero becomes hero. All his or her hidden potentials come on surface, and he is able to, or she is able to make himself or herself active, all-rounder, active, ever ready, alert. So these qualities ought to become, which were, a time was there when one was lazy and careless. When situation came, then they become, it is just like a diamond. When it is cut, many cuts are there, it becomes clarity in the diamond as well, and the value increases. So in the same way, when many situations come in life, then your values are used and you become aware of the values of life, and others also appreciate that you had courage to face the situations.
Sister, what role does food plays in the path of spirituality?
It is said, as is the food, so is mind.
Okay.
So it is not only just the sattvic food.
Okay.
Food prepared in which consciousness. For example, if I am even cooking very simple food, sattvic food, vegetarian food, and I am very tense, I am getting angry with my children, I am afraid of the situations. So my vibrations of my thoughts, my feelings, every breath I take, matter is absorbing. And so if I am cooking in tension, my children or my family is eating, and they are then very angry. So I think they are angry with me. I have cooked such a beautiful, wonderful, with so much effort cooked food. But what I have fed them? Outwardly I have fed them vegetarian food, but vibrations were not of gentleness. Vibrations were not of relax. So then they are reacting what they have eaten. So it is, of course, vegetarian food helps the mind to remain calm. Also, clarity in situations brings natural harmony, because in nature there is harmony. And so it is the characteristics of matter, nature, which when our body is composed of 5 elements, and all these vegetarian things are, elements are offering. And so it is, as is the food, so is the mind. As is the drink, so is our emotions. It is said, jaisa pani vaisi vani, jaisa food, as jaisa anna vaisa man. So if person is drunk, you can see what kind of speech he will speak out. So it has an effect on our life, and also not only ourselves, but it has effect on our relations as well, if food and drink is not sattvic.
Thank you so much, Sister Sudesh, for your valuable experiences with us.
Pleasure.